I'm sure we all heard the term love yourself or self-love is the best love. And we hear these things and then we just aren't exactly sure how to act on it. And it's evident that you want to start loving yourself if you clicked on this video. And this video is a great place to start if you're just beginning your self-love journey. And also, I just wanted to make this video because I feel like, we've become accustomed to the idea that self-love can be bought. And I'm not saying that you can't spend money on yourself to show yourself appreciation. If that's what makes you feel good within, then by any means, go ahead. But I just feel like a lot of the time when I see videos on self-love, they don't necessarily explain the internal work that you need to do. They explain like a lot of external things to help with self-love. But there's a lot of mental work that goes into this as well. It's a process, and I can't 100% cover every aspect of self-love in this video because it's a lot more than what I'm going to be explaining. And on top of that, I'm still on my self-love journey as well. It's never ending thing. And before we get into this video, I just need you guys to understand that loving yourself is not for the weak. This is going to require you to put in some effort. You cannot be lazy when it comes to loving yourself because you're worth the effort. You just need to realize that. Now I'm done with all the talking, and I'm just going to be explaining to you why self-love is the best love and what you can actually do to start loving yourself. So the reason you always hear people say, oh, self-love is the best love is because, for one, it's the truth. And when you just start loving yourself and pouring into yourself, you naturally feel more positive. Your vibrations are a lot higher as well. And also, when you're loving yourself, you just make better decisions for yourself. And I'll further explain that later on in the video. I'm at a point in my self-love journey to where it's like, I love myself so much that there's nothing that I wouldn't do for myself. And I have so much love, within that, naturally it oozes out of me and projects onto others. And that's solely because I took the time to love on myself. I took the time to fill up my own cup before worrying about filling up the cups of others. Now that I've explained to you guys why self-love is the best love, I'm now going to share with you guys what you can do right now to start loving yourself. The very first thing I need you guys to do is accept yourself as you currently are already. Accept where you already are. No matter how messed up you are right now, still love this current version of you, because at the end of the day, we all have to start somewhere to make progress. Start loving your current self enough to the point where you want to do better for yourself. You're not in the best position, when it comes to how you feel within about yourself. So love this version enough of yourself to want to become someone that you can genuinely be proud of. And by becoming someone that you can genuinely be proud of, you will naturally, how can I word this? You will actually genuinely believe that you love yourself because you actually have reasons to love yourself. If that makes sense. I'm not exactly sure how I want to word it, but that's just kind of how I was thinking about it. But I hope you can understand what I'm trying to say. So yes, love yourself enough to want to do better for yourself. You can change your life whenever you say so. You can start improving your life whenever you say so, because this is your reality and you can create it. How your life looks and how you feel about your life is going to be determined by the decisions that you choose to make. So love yourself enough to make better decisions for yourself and for your life. Like, you do not have to stay the same forever. You do not have to lack self-love forever. So yes, make that choice for yourself. Now, the second piece of advice I can give you guys is to genuinely learn to start taking care of yourself. Learn how to start taking care of your mind and body. I say this because if you are not taking care of yourself, it's evident that you have bad habits. And a person who genuinely loves themselves avoids bad habits as best as they can, because, we are not perfect. Therefore, I need you to realize that engaging in poor habits stunt your growth, which is why you need to understand the importance of engaging in meaningful habits, because meaningful habits make life better. They make life more fulfilling. They can be difficult, of course, but they are worth it in the end, because there's a reward in engaging in meaningful habits. versus bad habits. And this leads me to my next point, which is focusing on your evolution. Evolving basically is taking care of yourself. You know, you're taking the time to engage in certain habits that are naturally going to improve your quality of life. If you aren't exactly sure where to start when it comes off to evolving, one thing you can do, and I preach about all the time, is going to the gym and eating as best as you can. And I say to eat as best as you can because, for one, you know, we're human beings, we love food, we're addicted to food that is bad for us. So naturally we are going to want to eat it. But another thing is, you know, the cost of groceries. Not everybody can afford to eat a holistic diet. Not everybody can afford to be raw vegan, alkaline vegan. Not everyone can afford that. And not everybody wants to do that. So work with what you have. Start off, you know, wherever you can. Just learn to take care of your body. And, you know, I suggest that you guys work out at least 3 to 4 times a week. You do not have to lift weights. You do not have to go to the gym. Just some form of physical activity that, you know, gets your body moving, gets you sweating. Because when you sweat, your body is detoxing. Why do you think people feel so good after they work out? Because, for one, they did something good for themselves. And also, you're detoxing your body when you are sweating. But I have an entire video dedicated to engaging in meaningful habits. If you guys want to go check that out, you're definitely welcome to do so. But yes, focus on your evolution, because at the end of the day, that is the main thing that really matters if we're being serious right now. Start taking your life a little bit more serious. The third piece of advice I can give you guys is to start making those difficult decisions for yourself. You and I both know that life would be a lot more fulfilling and purposeful if you got out of bed and actually did something with your life instead of scrolling on social media, which is not doing anything for your life. It's not making life better in any way, shape, or form. You and I both know that if you let this toxic individual go, life would be a lot more better. You'd be able to focus on a lot more. So start thinking to make those decisions for yourself. Yes, they're going to be difficult, but they are good for you. You know, you'd be a lot more content with your life if you actually did the things that you wanted to do without worrying about the perception or opinions of other individuals. So get up and start doing these things. And when you act on these decisions and see how they have changed your life tremendously, your future self is going to be thanking you. So how about you start now and start acting on these things now? And the last piece of advice I'm going to give you guys is to start speaking highly of yourselves. And I preach about this so much because this is true. This genuinely works, because a lot of people are unconscious of the fact that the more you repeat something to yourself and tell yourself something, the more that it's going to become a belief. And the power of the tongue is exactly why a lot of us have these negative, hateful beliefs about ourselves, because we're constantly repeating negative things to ourselves, which unconsciously, you know, causes us to believe these things, and we're just unaware of that. So if I'm constantly telling myself hateful things such as, I am not attractive, I am not intelligent, I am not worth loving, I will never be successful, then I will unconsciously act on those beliefs that I have about myself. So replace those negative affirmations, as I'm gonna just call them, with positive affirmations, uplifting affirmations. So yes, replace all of those negative affirmations with positive ones. Start reminding yourself of how great you are, you know, and if you do not believe that you are great, start engaging in habits that make you feel great, or engaging in habits that you know great people do. And I promise, just by doing those 2 things alone, you will notice a difference, because constantly verbally picking yourself apart is just forever going to drive you crazy. So yeah, just start doing things to become, you know, someone that you can genuinely be proud of. Start doing things to become someone that you're genuinely confident in. So yeah, that was pretty much all I had on my heart. Hopefully we were able to take something from this video, and hopefully this message was delivered at the right time.